Hey guys, Tattoo for you, Richard here, and it is time for a video. What is this video, you ask? Well, it's time to go to the junk pile. We're going to the junkyard, shall we? Not really. But I'm going to show you this video. I'm probably going to do a series of it. It's kind of like my thinking process video. If I could put my mind and you just see inside of it, you would cry and lock yourself in a closet for 16 years. Yeah. No, seriously. We're going to do videos just to kind of show you my thought process on when I see things. And I'm like, ooh, look at the Pringles can. That could become a blah, 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 blah. But more weirder stuff. Stuff that maybe people wouldn't necessarily know about. This one right now kind of got an idea. Got the idea from Who Took Your Dice Miniature Wargaming, Steven over there. He just showed that motherboard he got, that he's got some ideas for. And that clicked on me. I was like, oh, that's actually a cool idea. But what this leads into is different, but interesting. So we're going to go table down, and I'm going to... No, we're not. It's going to be easier if I do it right here, I think. Because if I go table down, trust me, yeah. So, way back when, my wife worked at a daycare. She still does. Same daycare. And it's not even way back when, just a few months ago. Well, she brought home a radio. And I didn't think anything of it. It's a radio. You know, kids used it for a while, but it was busted. It had some issues, things like that. So they were cleaning their room the other day, and they were going to throw our things out. And I'm like, hey, honey, you want to break that with a hammer? You can call it Radio Crush. And she's like, ooh, nah. She should have, but that's okay, because she didn't. Now I get it. So I am sitting there, and I'm like, I'm going to rip it apart. So I tore the bad boy apart, and I gutted it. Every bit of electronics in that thing is out now. This is the laser from the CD player. And I just like it's... Somebody used it. I watched somebody make a sliding door for a diorama using one of these. Because of the gears and how the laser moves. He hooked it up to some... what's the word I'm looking for? Servos. And it made it function. So the door would open and he could close it. It was awesome. So now I'm not necessarily going to do that because I'm not electronically inclined. I can rip apart electronics really well. But, I mean, there's just so much good stuff in here. I mean, look, things like this. You could paint those up as generators, pop them off, do it. These wires. I just went back and revisited the base for my flyer, and I just thought it was too plain. Just so bland. All I had is that pile of stuff there and the painting on it. Then I decided, I took two wires and I super glued them down. I painted on some super glue and just slowly stuck it down piece by piece. I got a little bit of the glue on top of the wires, so a little shinier than I wanted to. But that stuff is all inside of these guys. Tons of wiring you can use for anything. You can use this on models for cables and stuff like that. See? I just pluck one of these off, glue it to a model. They got thicker ones. You name it. Just any little thing. There's bits and pieces on here that I could use for something. Yeah. So, yeah, I got 2 bags full of that from the innards. See? And I'll figure out something. Pieces of these will come and get glued on the side of things just to make some kind of detail or whatever. Now this thing is apart. It's separated. So why am I keeping the housing? Well, I have a Dremel. That's why I'm keeping the housing. These guys, I thought about I could use these as, like, you can use them as another kind of generator or something like that. Little radio tower. This is like a radar on top of it or something. Or what I'm probably going to use it for, really nothing to do at all with wargaming. I'm probably going to actually use these as speakers. I'm probably going to do a makeshift little box and hook these wires up to a jack that'll fit in the back of my phone or my iPad or whatever. And if I'm not around something, I can just plug these up and listen to it. I used to use a cup, like a paper cup, and cut a little slit in it and slide it on the side of my iPad so it echo the sound out to me. Those works just as good. All right, so the cover, okay, it's got this screen which is hot glued in that I'm gonna have to try to figure out how to unglue it and pop it out or just cut it out with a Dremel. But I want to use this screen because I use it for lots of things, but you can also use this as like for airbrushing texture on something. I would do it on terrain. I wouldn't do it on like a vehicle or anything because it's hard, obviously. And you wouldn't be able to lay it and drape it over in all the details, but it's good for like larger areas. So I use something like that, or I can even use it again like for just screens on things, you know. But this, I saw this and I was like, oh man, not this, this door has a gear and a wire that causes it to open. Well, I like to make things. So imagine this. Here's where you delve into my mind, where you dive right into this cesspool of insanity. So here's the back of it. It's what it looks like. Now, here's how it works. So over here, you have a little spring, a tension spring, and here's your gears. So what happens is when you push the button, normally when it was all put together, right, you'd push the button to eject and this would open. So now with it apart, it just stays open, but the spring still works. It's still good, and the gears are still good. So what I'm thinking about doing is with my Dremel, coming just to the outside of this, because like right here is where it starts. So coming on the outside of this and cutting this out all the way around, so this whole piece comes in and these gears stay intact. That's what I want to do, is just have this piece still functioning and opening. Because imagine this, the top of a mountain. I might even leave this on there because that's like a window they can look out. But anyway, this top of the mountain here, I'll cover it with rocks, you know, build up. Oh, don't do it yet. Don't tease them. Mountains up here and stuff and all around or whatever, or the top of a slope, or even have like a landing pad up here or something. I don't know. Do all kinds of things. All kinds of things I can do. But have like a little slide latch. And this is a tile base. Okay. Oh, we're being raided. Open the drone bay. And then you see like 2x2 drones flying out of this thing. Launching out. Imagine it all painted nice. The gray I've been using for the tiles, like just building structures. But drones. Just, I wish I had a drone laying over here. I put them all up. Oh, so sad. Where's the visuals here, guys? Visuals. We have a drone, just 2x2. Just say a whole slew of like 12 of them flying out of there. So that's what I think I'm going to do in here. I'll cut this piece out too, so that way it looks, you can kind of look down in there and be more hollow. Or I might not. Like I have it a drone, 2 drones on a spring, so when it opens, the drones kind of pop up, so it looks like they're flying out. So yeah, so that's one thing I thought of. What I'm going to have to rig up though is a latch system. You know, something that catches it or holds it from underneath or inside, if I'm going to have it open or not. But something that will hold this down until I can slide it out of the way so it pops open. It has to be something strong enough to keep it down, because it's a decent amount of tension right there. So that's one thing that popped in my head with this. Now you have the back of this. Now, I couldn't think of what to use. I mean, they've got these little vents that I can cut out that would be good to glue on something and just have like a nice little vent texture. But here's one thing. The whole DVD player slides out the back. You unscrew it and it slides right off. Then I'm left with this housing. I don't know what to do with yet. I haven't thought of that. But I mean, look at it. Maybe you guys can come up with an idea. I don't know. If anything, like I said, I'll cut it apart and use the vents and stuff on it. But now this piece, it is similar to the tape player part as it opens. So I was thinking this, because it's got a little finger, you have to open it naturally. Like, it doesn't spring open or anything like that. There is a spring holding it, and gears still inside. Now, here's your little spring. And then your gears. That's just to keep it from flopping open. So when you open it, it does that and locks in place. So there'd be a lot of hollowing out in here. But I was thinking this, on the side of a mountain, you know, this is the edge, this is closed up, and then this comes down, and it's level. Or maybe not, maybe you'd have it like this, and it's kind of a ramp in to the base. I would clean out, like I said, I'd clean out all this in here to make it a better opening. But I don't know. Those are just my ideas. And then down here, I would cover this with cardboard or something, or foam core, or plastic card or whatever to make it look like a ramp texture. And then have this be mounted to the base of this would stick out a little further, and there'd be kind of a ramp up. So when this is closed, there's like a little lip that this would kind of seat down into. So yeah, that's it. That's it for today, dude. This is, like I said, this is inside of my mind, the insanity I see when I come across weird things. And I was going to throw this out, throw it away, and not even bother with it. I just wanted the guts on the inside, and then I started seeing things. It's like, oh, that looks like a little hatch for something. You know, I could do it like this, but this sticks down too far. You'd have to have some kind of weird angle. So it's like they drive in and then it closes. Which that would work too, you know. Where is it? Yeah, see? You see what I'm thinking? You see what's inside of my head right now, guys? Anyway, that is it. That is what I'm talking about. That is the nuttiness that goes on in my head. And while my wife's like, why did you throw that away? It's just trash. And I'm like, but it's not trash. It's a base. Look at it. And she's like, no, it's trash. She'll come to the dark side one of these days. One of these days. Anyway, guys, I love you so much. I hope this gave you some kind of inspiration. Maybe kind of helped you think outside of the box a little bit, which I'm sure we're all nerds. We do that anyway. But it also just kind of show you what my thoughts on things are and where I'm like, what? Guys, I love you. I thank you so much for joining me on this. Just remember, before you throw something out, look at it. Think about it. Would it make some good terrain? Could you use the parts for your toys? Keep rocking that nerd life, my friends. I'll see you later.